Yo, what's going on, man? Today is October the 19th. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show. We have a game 5 on the board. I was dreading a game 5. I did not want a game 5. I wanted to dive straight into NBA, but we have a game 5 nonetheless. So here's the video for Liberty Lynx game 5, winner takes all championship game. Let's jump right into it. Quick recap of Thursday night's game 4. We hit another one, which was Lynx first quarter. I did the breakdown of the video, sent it out, shared it with you guys, sent it to the members, all that good stuff. +1 on the video. By the time I actually made the play, it was +0.5. The game finished tied 23-23 at the end of the first quarter. So we make about a half unit there. It was only a half unit play for me. Moved to 18-9 in the playoffs and up almost 7 units. So definitely much better in the playoffs than I was in the regular season. Hopefully we can build on that in game 5. The Liberty can cash this 2-unit bet for us to win the championship, and we can finish the WNBA season with a bang. I definitely need that 2-unit play to cash. So let's jump right into it. Before we get there, one more time, team previews, NBA team previews. Almost totally forgot about this. Every single team has been broken down. All of these videos can be found if you guys are interested in catching up on the NBA teams before the season starts in just a few days. Definitely check out these videos. Every single video is under the video section of my YouTube page. All right, now let's get into the game. Lynx Liberty line 5.5, 6 on some books in favor of the home team, New York Liberty. Total come down to 157. Game 4's total was 158.5, I think is what it closed at after opening about 160.5. It goes over by 3 points over the closing line, 4 points over the closing line, 3.5, and so some late free throws by Bridget Carlton. It was a very, very close game, as I kind of thought it would be. I did think the Liberty would get the job done, but glad I did not bet it, stayed away from there. So let's jump into this one. Going back through game 4, first thing I always start at, just kind of looking at the numbers, man. I don't want to be overly confident, but I think the Liberty win this game. I really, really do. The biggest thing that kind of jumps out to me and kind of summarizing this whole page that you guys see here for the game stats is both of the teams shot about the same. They were identical from the 3-point line, 9 for 23, 39%. The free throws were a discrepancy. You heard Coach Sandy Brondello talk about that in the post game. The Lynx doubled the Liberty free throws, 20 to 9. 9 for 9 for the Liberty, only 15 to 20 for the Minnesota Lynx. Rebounding, Liberty were up in that department as well. They finished +9, 4 more offensive rebounds. So blah 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 blah. Anyway, what really stuck out to me the most in this game was the role players for the Liberty played so well, and the star players played terrible. If you look here at these, if we just look at the actual box score, the things that stand out to me, look at the role players for the Liberty. You got Benajelini Hamilton, 2 for 3 from the 3-point line, 4 for 7 from the field, 10 points. Jacquel Jones, I talked about her over points plus rebounds. That was a winner. Courtney Williams, over her points plus assists. That was a winner as well. If you guys, I know people like to tune in for the show for props. Those were winners. But Benajelini Hamilton had 10. Stewie had 20. I'm sorry. Jacquel Jones had 21 on 7 for 10 shooting. She had 4 for 5 threes. And Leonie Phoebish, 7 for 12, 2 for 5 from the 3-point line. She finished with 19 points. It was the star players who didn't play well. Stewie shot 5 for 21 from the field, 0 for 4 from the 3-point line. Sabrina shot 5 for 15 from the field, 0 for 5 from the 3-point line. And that was the difference in the game. When your 2 star players, combined to go 10 for 36 and 0 for 9 from the 3-point line, you're not going to win too many games. However, they shot that poorly. And granted, I see some regression coming from the Liberty, role players, but they shot that poorly and still lost the game by just 2 points. That to me kind of really stuck out like a sore thumb. That and the free throw shooting. So going through a couple of the trends, I looked at the Liberty. We talked about this in game 2 after they lost game 1 at home. 10-1 straight up this season after a loss. 10-0 straight up in their last 10 games. Per Killer Sports database, you look at favorites in game 5s, they're 13-4 straight up, 76.5%. Per Give Me the Dog, home favorites in series game 5s, 6-3 straight up, 4-1 straight up, and against the spread if they lost game 4. So it says that they come back and finish the series off strong. and home teams in Game 5 per Keller Sports of the WNBA Finals, 3-0 straight up as well. So I do think the Liberty are going to win. I'm not hedging the bet because you can't hedge. I got a -125 bet on the Liberty to win the championship, and I can take a +225 on the Lynx to win the whole thing. If you guys are, if you have that same bet without a future on the Lynx, this is a good time to put a future on the Lynx. And I just take them on the money line here, +220. I think 223 is what the number was, 222, something like that. So definitely hedging, can be done. As far as bets for the game, what I like the most is actually a bet that's offered, I think, on like 3 or 4 different sports books that I have available, that are available to me in Virginia. And it's the fourth quarter specifically. I've been thinking a lot about the total, thinking that it goes under. We know Game 7s typically go, well, Game 7s in the NBA typically go under. Games 5 of WNBA, you would think would be the kind of, the same thing. But I like the fourth quarter under specifically. You can get a 39 right now. And that's the way that I chose to play this game. That's the bet that I played. That's the bet that I'm going to send out to the members. So just breaking it down a little bit, the Liberty are, this series specifically, Game 1 finished at 39 points. Right at this number. It was the highest scoring game of the series, of course. That game went to overtime. Minnesota caught fire in the fourth quarter, and the Liberty were just kind of trying to milk the clock out. So that one finished at 39. Game 2 finished with only 32 points in the fourth quarter. Game 3 finished with only 34 points in the fourth quarter. And then Game 4, which we just saw in Minnesota, finished with 35 points in the fourth quarter. So 3-0-1 to the under from a trend perspective. And that's what we've seen, right? First quarters have flew over the total, averaging about 46 points. Every first quarter total has gone up and over, so I couldn't talk anybody off of wanting to play that again just because it's been so profitable. I think the Liberty have gone over its first quarter total in every single first quarter, no matter if it's first round or second round. So that's been profitable. Couldn't talk anybody off taking that. I like the fourth quarter under more than I like that, though. Game 5s are grind in general. I compared them to Game 7s already in the NBA. Only 1 day of rest in between this one, unlike the first few games in the series where there was 2 days of rest in between. And this will be the 9th matchup between the two teams. They know they know all each other moves. They know the game plan. They know the tendencies, et cetera, et cetera. So I like the fourth quarter under 39. This already at 37.5 on a couple books, but I think this game definitely slows down. We see a grind in the fourth quarter. And I don't think it's going to go to overtime. I don't think free throw shooting will push this one up and over the total. So I'll go fourth quarter under 39 as my best bet here for this video. The other thing I'm considering right now as of 9:30 on a Saturday night is the Liberty early. I like the Liberty first half too. Have not locked this one in yet. But the Liberty first half is -3 right now on most books. You can get a juice 2.5 at like -120. And you can also get a 3.5 as well if you want to take the Lynx on the opposite side. We know Game 5s can be sporadic, but I think the Liberty, they've been a much better team in the first half, specifically in New York. And in this series and throughout the full postseason, 5-1 against the number as a home favorite in the postseason in the first half specifically. They're actually 2-0 against the number in this series, specifically at home as well. They had that 18-point lead in Game 1 at halftime, and they had a 10-point lead in Game number 2 at halftime. It really just comes down to, I think, Stewie playing a little bit, well, not a little bit. I think Stewie plays a lot better. I think she shoots a lot better than 5-21 from the field, 0-4 from the three-point line. She did get in a little bit of foul trouble. She finished with 4 fouls. But I also think Sabrina plays a little bit better. I'm not sure she'll be forcing it because she did play really, really poorly in this game. From a scoring perspective, 0-5 from the three-point line is not going to cut it, especially after hitting the game winner. But, I think she just probably gets downhill, probably a little bit more aggressive. I just don't think those players are going to play that bad. And I think New York is going to sense some desperation early in this game. And they look pretty confident. Made me feel a little bit more confident when I was watching the post-game interview. So I like the Liberty early in this spot, -3. The Lynx have been the better second half team. I think it's pretty easy to say that outside of Game 3 where the Liberty were able to come back and win. So that's what I'm looking at. From a player prop perspective, I think Sabrina. I'm sorry, not Sabrina. I do not want to play Sabrina. I think Stewie is the best player prop here. Last game, I like Jocko Jones. I think it's a big bounce back for Brianna Stewart after shooting. What did she shoot? Just 5 for 21 from the field, only finishing with 11 points. She has shot the ball a lot in these games. If you just look at the head-to-head matchup, and it's really just based off volume. She shot the ball 21 times in game 4. She shot the ball 20 times in game 3. She shot the ball 18 times in game 2. And she also shot the ball 21 times in game 1. So, I mean, if I'm going to get, a point per shot, I do like Stewie a lot. I think she's going to be super aggressive in this game, understanding that she's the best player on the floor. And she's going to need to be in this game as well. I know she has the tough matchup with Nafisha Collier, but she's gone up and over this number in, in 3 of the in 2 of the last 3 games against this team. So yeah, I like Sabrina. I'm sorry, I keep saying Sabrina. I like Stewie. I like Brianna Stewart a little bit more than I like anything else from a player prop perspective. And that'll be it, man. There's a lot of other things I was looking at. Don't want to make the video too long though. Just to throw a couple out real quick. Bridget Carlton, she was under on her points in the first 2 games. She come home for 2 games. She goes over. So I think she probably regresses back, and I would be looking towards Bridget Carlton to go under. Courtney Williams is going to continue to have to play big minutes. I think if you're looking for a player prop from the Minnesota side, I would just probably go back to her, and I would probably just take her. I would probably take her rebounds and assists. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to score the basketball as much. I think Sandy Brondello will switch that up a little bit, but I think her rebounds plus assists, her assists have cashed every single game. And I know I talk about liking the under, but she's gonna have the ball in her hands a lot, and Nafisha Collier is still gonna have that really tough matchup. So just to kind of talk through some player props, but the one I like the most I haven't bet yet, and that's Brianna Stewart over her 21.5 points. So recap here: New York, Minnesota fourth quarter. I'll take the under 39. New York Liberty first half -3. Probably gonna get there on that one as well. And if I'm playing any player props, it will be Brianna Stewart over her 21.5 points in this game. Hopefully the show was helpful for you guys. Resources that are also helpful for you guys are listed here. If you're interested, definitely check these out. The referral code for both of these are in the description of the video. Just makes it a lot easier for you guys to handicap the games, look for the numbers that you want to find amongst an array of other things. So definitely check those out if you guys are interested. You can cancel at any time if you become disinterested or you just don't like you don't find them valuable. I absolutely do though. And that'll be it, man. Hit the like button for me on the way out. I'll be live in the morning, talking this game out through the chat. We'll go over some NFL stuff as well. And that's it, man. Like I said, subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button on the way out. Share the video. It's always helpful. Best of luck on all your action. Bet responsibly as always. Catch you guys in the next one.